So welcome to the biologist. So today I'm going to learn about regulation of glycolysis. So regulation of glycolysis. Okay. So in this video we're going to learn about the regulation of glycolysis. In the previous video we learned about glycolysis. In this video we're going to learn about the regulation of glycolysis. So there are three enzymes involved in the regulation of glycolysis. The first one is hexokinase. Second one is phosphofructokinase. And the third one is pyruvate kinase. Right. So let's learn one by one what are these enzymes and what is the role in the regulation of glycolysis. So first one is hexokinase. So what does hexokinase does? It converts glucose into glucose 6 phosphate. So here is one feature, or you can say that there is one function of hexokinase is that it can act at even low concentration of glucose. So hexokinase will be activated even at low concentration of glucose. So it is inhibited by glucose 6 phosphate, which acts here as an feedback inhibitory effect. So to prevent this thing, the first point, which is it can act at even low concentration of glucose 6 phosphate acts as a feedback inhibitory effect to reduce the effect of hexokinase. So let's see which are the enzymes or the hormones which promotes the effect of hexokinase. Insulin increases the number of enzymes and promotes glycolysis. Okay, and glucagon inhibits the enzyme hexokinase. Right. So insulin increases the number of increases and glucagon decreases or inhibits, you can say whatever you like. So another thing, glucose in the case of hexokinase acts as a positive feedback to hexokinase. Therefore, the amount of hexokinase increases, right? So it acts as a positive feedback to hexokinase and the amount of hexokinase increases. So let's learn about phosphofructokinase. and it plays the most important rate limiting step of glycolysis. So where in glycolysis this enzyme comes? This enzyme comes in the case of when fructose phosphate gets converted into fructose 1,6 is phosphate. PFK does this step, and it is the most important rate limiting step. So let's know that which are the inhibitors and promoters of phosphofructokinase. So phosphofructokinase is inhibited by ATP and citrate. And the promoters of phosphofructokinase are AMP, ADP, and fructose 2,6 bisphosphate. So these are the promoters and these are the inhibitors. The negative stands for the inhibitors and the positive stands for the promoters. Right. So let's move on to the pyruvate kinase. Pyruvate kinase, the last enzyme, and then we look on to other things of the metabolism in the next videos. So please subscribe to get daily updates in my channel. Regulatory enzyme, regulatory enzyme for glycolysis, insulin promotes, and glucagon inhibits. And glucagon inhibits. It is mainly true for all the enzymes which control the glycolysis, that insulin promotes and glucagon inhibits. Let's see pyruvate kinase and which are the enzyme which inhibits and promotes pyruvate kinase. So it is inhibited by ATP, long chain fatty acid, coenzyme A, acetyl CoA, and glucagon. And it is promoted by fructose 1,6 bisphosphate and insulin. So this was all about the relation of glycolysis. Let's learn something more about it. PFK2 and fructose 2,6 bisphosphate. These are some important enzymes and we should know about it. Phosphatase, actually, phosphatase, it will be fructose 2,6 bisphosphatase, and it is controlled by insulin and glucagon, right? So insulin promotes phosphofructokinase 2 and it inhibits fructose 2,6 phosphatase enzyme. The reverse happens with the case of glucagon. Glucagon inhibits phosphofructokinase 2 and it promotes fructose 2,6 phosphatase. Right. So we can see that fructose 6 phosphate gets converted into fructose TU6 bisphosphate, and then again it's going to get converted to fructose 6 phosphate. In this case, phosphofructokinase 2 is responsible for converting fructose 6 phosphate to fructose 2 6 phosphate, and here the enzyme which is responsible is fructose 2 6 bisphosphatase. It is this will be an enzyme which will convert fructose 2 6 bisphosphate to fructose 6 phosphate. Therefore, we can say this is the most important regulator. Right? So this was all about glycolysis and the regulation of glycolysis. So there are three enzymes involved: hexokinase, phosphoglucokinase, and pyruvate kinase. We learned about all of them.